Survive for 10 turns. Alright. Well, Dietrich is going to run over here. Alexei is going to jump over here. Glory is going to sit tight for a turn. So we're going to end it there. Still nothing, so I'm just going to end it again. Alright. Couple coming up from behind us, and one of them is a rigger. I love how that shows like specifically what kind of cover they're in, and especially if they're in the open. That's a fantastic bit of polish for the UI in that. Oh my god! I did not want to give you the shit. Okay, well we may as well give that to Glory now. Unlike what I was going to do before, but screw it. Alright, Eagle, don't fail me now. Okay, we got a hit. That's surprisingly good for Alexei. We don't have quite enough movement to get there, so we're going to jump behind this bit of cover here. I've got 2 turns until I can use that, so I guess I'm just going to wait until they run past, see if I can grab someone as they go through. A couple more moving in from the right. That's going to be a bit of a problem, especially since Alexei is taking a lot of heat. I'm going to, of course, heal him. How much of a chance have I got for 33? That's a bit too risky. Have I got 2... I should have 2 targets. Oh, right, he's like... He's standing in such a way that the electric core has to be aimed here to actually deal damage. Okay. Maybe that's not going to work then. I guess we're going to try and drop that drone. It's probably the best way to go at this point. If we could hit it. Yeah, I think Alexei is going to be the one to finish it off with a crit, with a really powerful crit that, you know, we couldn't have used before, because that's insane. Where is this guy? Oh, there he is. And he's running away. Oof. Oh, damn it. I was hoping they'd be a lot closer together when they moved into this area. But this guy is dead set on trying to get Alexei. And we have him flanked too. We're going to start off with Glory, because I want to see what we can do here. Which is not a lot. Yeah, we're going to just take this guy on. Pinning hit. Come on. Pinned. Cannot move. Awesome. Can't move for 2 turns, so he's going to sit there and take it, basically. You know what? We might even just AP damage him. Which I don't think happened. Still, he's basically dead and he can't move, so... yeah. He's gone. This guy's having a hard time hitting Glory. That guy's backing off, which is good. Oh, Jesus. Alright. I forgot that guy actually looks like he has a submachine gun. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have pinned him. Or maybe he's probably going to stay there anyway, so... probably didn't make a huge difference in the end. But... oh. God, I think I need a new chair. It's just not good. It's starting to get really uncomfortable to sit in. Okay. I think Monica's just going to continue on with the beating. If we could actually hit that guy. Oh yeah, he's dead. The bleeding's not going to kill him, but I just have to land 1 hit with Glory, and that should be it for that guy. Okay, that's not great. Alright, he should be dead. There we go. Oh my god, that guy actually hit Glory for 1 hit point. actually should have healed Lexi last turn. That was really dumb of me to... Oh, God. This guy isn't around the corner yet, so he's not attacking, which is awesome. Because, he looks like trouble. And, spoilers, he is trouble. Or he can be, at least. Come on, Glory. Fuck this guy up. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna hide behind this door here. Or at least partly. I don't have that Eagle accuracy boost anymore, so we're gonna do that. And immediately miss. Did the doors in the top left just open? Wow, I don't know what's wrong with this guy's pathing. Something should be happening the second he appears, but it's not happening, I think, because I'm not wearing cover or something. Or just nowhere near where he actually entered the area. That's kind of weird. What we can do, though, is... shoot straight down here to get that guy. Oh, wow, he's at full health, too. This could be a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna run Glory over here. See if I can actually get a haste on her. Which I can. Awesome. She's wounded for one, but that's not a huge deal. Wasting a heal on that would be quite bad. So I think we only get one shot. Oh no, we get two. Okay, so this guy is feeling the heat. And he actually draws a bead on Monica. Did this game just glitch out? I feel like this game just glitched out. Because something should be happening with this guy, and it's just not. Alright, where's this drone? Right there. Well, you know what, I'm going to sit behind cover for the turn. For the time being. I can't heal Lexi yet. Shit. And that's not going to do anything for me. I guess we'll give him an accuracy boost just for the time being. Try and keep his accuracy up as much as... Oh god, no. As much as possible. I think that... Yes, okay, good. See, this is where healing magic becomes... Oh, magical healing becomes a really big boon. Because you can just heal for the last hit, and if it was gigantic, then you get gigantic returns out of it. It's awesome. Okay, we need to move Alexi out of the way of this guy. Just because I think that might actually trigger what's supposed to happen there. Come on. Come on, Glory, you can do better than that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. One more. Come on. There we go. Alright, I guess we're just gonna back up then. Door unlocks with a loud click. Your escape route is clear. Oh, is he now gonna show his... No, he's still not doing anything. Okay, this is weird. Like I said, he should actually be doing something, but he's just not. And I don't know why. Alright, can Alexi get in the door? Yes, he can. Brilliant. Dietrich should have no problem getting in here. Alright, awesome. So not only did we not learn who that... I'm actually really interested to see if some part of the dialogue coming up next is different. Because what just happened shouldn't have happened. And I'll explain that once we get out of the area, if that thing doesn't actually happen. Oh. Hey, man. How's it going? I cannot reach the end in that amount of time. I could actually get Glory to just heal Alexi as he comes up, which is what I'm gonna do. Just to make sure we can get through the door. And Dietrich should be able to exit, yeah. Cool. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of damage. He's still not doing anything. Wow, that's really weird. So I want to see, after this dialogue finishes, what happens. Iga rises from her corpse-strewn perch at your approach. From the look on her face, it's obvious that she's already sized up the situation. I knew this was going to happen. I fucking knew it. We can talk about this later. For now, we need to bug out. Yeah. Tell me something I don't know. Iga slaps the side of the van. Pile in, people. You and Alexei. When we get back to the cruise bazaar, we're going to have a little talk. Great. So, what was meant to happen when that orc... I'll just kind of spoil it here, because I'm assuming what the next dialogue is going to be is still going to be the same. Actually, no, you know what? I'll get to that when it actually happens, because I don't know if the story actually changes, or if events have changed. Don't know why they would, but... yeah. Oh, fuck. Cruise bazaar home to a million people, blah, blah, blah. Basically, we're in some slums near Berlin. Kind of, not really in its center, but kind of off to the side, still part of the flux state. And it's basically a place where corporations have no footing, as the intro kind of indicated. That's like one of the first times I've missed dialogue ever. And it's also the only time I've ever done it twice in a row, so this has gone I've gone horribly with trying to talk all this stuff out so far. I think it's just the changes that I'm like still getting used to, and like I'm focusing more on those than what's actually going on. But I don't know, maybe it keeps it more fast-paced. You step inside, and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off of steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord. Part dealmaker, part information broker. One of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Iga's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows, takes a moment to chew on the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Something in the vault security system got her while she was jacked in. It was over in an instant. I've seen Monica hit black ice before, but this was something worse. Glory nods, her motions robotic and spare. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right, Iga thrusts a glove fingered into your chest, and this idiot stood by and let it happen. Brush her finger aside. That's bullshit, Iga, you weren't even in the room. Shove her hand away, poke me again, I dare you. Ignore it. Let it happen? She jacked in, she screamed, and she seized. By the time we saw she was in trouble, it was already too late. Yep. Yeah, because you never bothered learning what to look for. Muscle contractions and microtremors are good indicators of a decker in distress. I'm assuming you didn't have anyone keeping an eye out for those. No. If you had, my friend would be lying dead in a basement. Oh, shove off, Iga. We were all on the lookout for physical security, Alexei included. Throwing him under the bus isn't going to help anything. Under a bus is exactly where he belongs. Iga turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich, you know that, but you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're going to get burnt. Iga turns her focus back to you. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iga. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Iga pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. How many seconds pass between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? Iga, I don't. Look, this won't. How dare you? How dare you? You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your. That is enough. Amsel's voice comes out in a roar, and his fist slams down on the desk behind him. Iga, you and Alexei can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he'd led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Like I said, nothing like a milk run. Well, there's no such thing as a milk run. Payback. Payback isn't the only reason we need to find him. We saw something back there. Something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're all still in danger. He pauses, rubs his temples. Agreed. And to neutralize the danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important. Okay, yeah, so this is actually going to say something that didn't actually happen, for whatever reason, back there. So when, I think it's like turn 3 into that encounter after the vault door opens. Sorry, after I try and get the door open. That orc is meant to step out and actually, like, kind of, shout you down, like, alright, you guys need to put your guns down. This is over. You have nowhere to run. But for some reason, and it tells you a description of this guy. He's an orc in military-grade armor. And there's a little bit more that I'll get into in a second in this kind of dialogue tree here. But for some reason, because no one had sight on the door, he ran towards Alexei, and then he just never triggered the event because it wasn't, like, the door... Yeah, I don't know, that was strange, but... And I'm not sure if that bug actually occurred in the original game or not. I'm pretty sure it didn't. Or, then again, I never ran into it, so who knows. But moving on. After everything went to hell, the estate was just a front for whatever's going on in the basement. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility took serious funds to build. And time. There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? Orc in military-grade hardware. He appeared to be head of security. That is not much to go on. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? And this was something that was should have been touched upon in that cutscene, but didn't happen. He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he'd had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts come from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I'll see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? Well, Monica's last words. Amsel seems taken aback. He pauses for a moment before responding. The Firewing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. Glory raises an eyebrow. The Firewing? The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You were far too young to remember her, of course. But for Germans of my generation, the name Feuerschwinge, which I'm just going to say Firewing, because again, to avoid me pronouncing things like an idiot, is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Firewing was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases it. There is a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation, and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the Fire Wing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. But it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell into a hail of bullets and rocket fire and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the SOX. This event was called the Dragonfall. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family particularly worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was so important an event as you make it out to be, I'd be surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Iger. Not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Fire Wing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Fire Wing is a bit of historical trivia, and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Iger sweeps her eyes across the room, across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas as to why? Ansel's voice trembles with frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. Dragonfall is ancient history. Firewing has been dead and gone for 42 years. And there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. Thank you, Captain Obvious. He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath, then slowly releases it. I will look into this, and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn up anything else of value? Well, I was going to steal a vase, but that seemed like an incredibly bad idea. So, no, that's all we have. That's not much. Amsel nods. His face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. You haven't said anything about our client, Paul. Honest. Alexei shakes his head wearily. No, Alexei. Oh, I didn't really want to select that. No, Alexei, I'm not holding out. I'm tired, and I'm frustrated, and I already miss Monica. He takes a moment. I did not think to mention our employer because I did not set up the job. Monica did. Oh, great. His face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take this run, but she assured me it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-state political scene. I never much liked the man. I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux state. He sighs. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. Alright, well, Green Winters is our best mead. Doesn't sound like a pleasant drink, but in terms of getting information from a man who set up the job, that might be a bit better. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. Okay. So we need information on Greens. There is a man here in the Cruise Bazaar, a Turk named Altag Burgazi. He owns a little soy caf shop just down the way called Cafe Sev. Again, pronunciation. Probably not going to happen that well. This man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. You think he would know something about Green Winters? Ansel nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altag. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I did not trust the man. For good reason, it would seem. Pragmatic, sounds like it's about Time I pay Altag a visit, best to be cautious in our line of work, for good reason. Very well, tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Alright, and we got more karma as a result. Oh, God, this is sad as hell. As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh, shit. Dante. Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales, but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago. Turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop. Kept. He closes his eyes. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Ah, sad dog, no. Scratch Dante behind the ears. Dante leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going with you, Alexei. Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases it. Then a slow, melancholy smile plays across his face. Well, perhaps a part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you finish with Altag, blah 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 blah, and now I think we should all take a moment. For Monica. Alright.